Well, I don't know if we've actually ever all talked about this together, and I'll try not to be emotional by asking you, but Jessica and Melanie, you've been here since 2017. And Shireen Shireen was at our first conference, but has been on the board for several years in Charity. Where have you been this whole time? We are so thankful you joined us. But these women are up here because they love the ministry, and they have spent hundreds of hours, and for some of them, thousands of hours. You sow in your time, you sow in your money, you sow in finances, and you've made a lot of sacrifices. And so I just think it'd be beautiful to share your why, because it's been a blessing, and it's why this ministry exists.
Well, I have a twofold answer. My first one is I was not asked to serve Moms in the Making. I believe I said I'd help with the conference, and she said, good, sign on this dotted line, please. And then VP of Moms in the Making showed up beside my name. But the reason I even said yes to helping with the conference was from my place of need, I wanted to serve. Because there's something beautiful and dynamic and powerful about saying, I am going to give from the very place that I want to receive. That's my why.
First of all, I love Caroline Harris with all my heart. And so I had the honor and privilege of getting to know her before this, really while you were still at work. And as the group there was 10 maybe so people in her home. And I would go and be able to pray with a bunch of our intercessors over here too. And so my heart for Caroline has grown and grown and grown. And then just being on the outside looking in, I carry a gift of faith that is over my life within prayer. I like to go after the hardest things. That's why my husband and I are going after the darkest areas in this world. We carry a yes God. We carry a but God in our lives. And so coming alongside Caroline and standing in the gap in prayer, spiritually, for every single one of you, and over the years, has been the greatest joy of my life. Contending for you, and I get to actually pray over each one of your names. And like I said, this team of intercessors over here too. So I adore what this conference stands for. It's the beat of my heart to see you walk into all that you're called to walk in. And we'll continue to do that. So I love it.
Well, I can tell you why I invest in Moms in the Making, and that's because they invested in me before I even knew what I was worth. Like I said, I came in so incredibly broken, and this ministry, the Lord used this ministry to change my life completely. I wouldn't have the marriage that I have now, I wouldn't have my miracle that I have now, and I wouldn't have my faith, I wouldn't have my friends if it weren't for Caroline's yes. And so it's easy to say yes to someone who said yes to me first.
So good. Wow, so good. And I met Caroline and was, sort of on the outskirts of hearing about Moms in the Making. But one of the things that I loved about Caroline and Moms in the Making from the very beginning was that it was a hope ministry. And I had been sitting in a chair like you're sitting, so to speak, for a different reason, without a lot of hope-filled people pouring into my life, and desperately wanting to know that we were going to be okay on the other side. And so as we started ministering and doing that, I realized, that's what we carry. We're hope carriers for people. And so that's what this ministry does. And get to be a part of that is really profound. It's just really been a gift. And I started partnering with the ministry, and then last year I did a breakthrough session. But God's also given me the gift of strategy. That is the way that my brain works. And I want to see this room doubled next year and tripled the next year, because there are women who are not receiving what you're receiving right now, and they're waking up on a Saturday and they're having period, and they are hopeless and they are lost and they think God is against them, and we want to speak a message of truth. And so whatever I can do to help get this message out is why I'm sitting in this chair right here.